very outset, on the behalf of the Indian Steel Association, I would like to welcome you to the second edition of the flagship event of the Indian Steel Association, the ISA Steel Conclave 2019.
The government in the last 5 years have done a lot of work for steel industry. Many initiatives have been taken over the last 5 years to fix the issues which were connected with steel industry. Now, when I sit back and think that as a steel industry, what are we doing? I think that is something which each one of us, whether it is Steel Authority of India, Tata Steel or JSW, JSPL, SR, RINL, we all, plus the entire secondary steel industry, we have to think.
We may not use plastic at all, and all things are made of steel because it is sustainable and also it has a useful value after the life is over. I was really overwhelmed to see that 441 confirmed delegates are already there. I always feel that as WSA is to the world, ISA is to India.
माननीय मंत्री श्री कुलहस्ते जी, तो जिस तरह के कदम सरकार उठा रही है, हम उससे आशा करते हैं कि आने वाले समय के अंदर स्टील उद्योग जो है और अधिक मजबूत होगा.
Before I begin, I would like to compliment the government for their resolute action on RCEP.
I talked about solid waste, that is the waste utilization. I talked about the raw materials. I talked about the logistics and the technological interventions for the reduction in the coal consumption. Certainly will play a role for all of us.
That the industry also need to prepare itself to the new emerging trends which we are seeing.
इस्पात को हम और कैसे इसको बेहतर कर सकते हैं, इसके एक्शन को बढ़ा सकते हैं. देश के हित में खासतौर से इस्पात उद्योग के क्षेत्र में जो भी आए हैं, सरकार की ओर से मोदी जी ने कहा है हम सब मिलकर के भारत के कल्याण के लिए, भारत के नागरिकों के लिए जो इच्छा है देश की स्टील सेक्टर में, उसको पूरा करने में हम सफल होंगे, ऐसा ही विश्वास दिलाते हुए इससे आपकी सफलता की मैं कामना करता हूं, शुभकामनाएं देता हूं.
इंडियन स्टील एसोसिएशन की सेकेंड एडिशन में उपस्थित भारत के इस्पात राज्य मंत्री मेरे बड़े भाई आदरणीय फग्गन सिंह कुलस्ते जी, मैं तब से अब तक, लेकिन एक विषय स्थिर है, आज भी एक देश में, एक इकोनॉमी में रोड चाहिए, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए, ब्रिजेस चाहिए, इंडस्ट्री चाहिए, हाई स्पीड रेल चाहिए, ये सारे में आज भी स्टील लगती है. इसलिए स्टील जहां था वही है. अब ऐसे एक उद्योगों की समूह के आप लोग कैप्टन्स हो और आप लोगों की मेहनत से दुनिया की आज आप नंबर 2 प्रोड्यूसर हो चुके हो. आप सबसे पहले बधाई के पात्र हो. आपको कितना भी प्रशंसा करे ये कम होगा.
The release of the knowledge paper on the Indian steel industry's growth, challenges and digital disruption.
It is my privilege and honor to propose a vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of Steel, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, for being with us here this morning. Our Honorable Minister of State, Shri Phaggan Singh Kulaste, आपके यहाँ आने के लिए मैं आपका हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ. Let me, at the very outset, express very grateful thanks to Madam Rasika Chaube, Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Steel. To our Russian guests, a very, very warm welcome. This is an initiative which is very, very meaningful and significant for India, for our steel industry, for our nation. We are very inspired by the high-level Russian delegation which has come. Thanks to you, Mr. Volkov. You have been a source of great inspiration for all of us.
I'd like to thank ISA for organizing this very crucial and very interesting issue, that is coking coal diversification of risk. This is a topic which has been agitating the mind of the Government of India, and our Prime Minister and our Minister are really involved in it.
I would like to highlight my diversification of risk through the Russian options worthy to be considered.
I would like to thank our Honorable Additional Secretary of Ministry of Commerce, Ms. Phala, and Dr. Chatterjee to invite us and give us opportunity to meet with you and discuss Russian option for India.
We now know that the issues can be placed in 3 buckets. One bucket is logistics. Then we come to the second bucket. That bucket is the technical issues. The third, and of course the last point in any business discussion, is the financials, the costing. The Indian Steel Association will always be a platform for interaction between the Russian and the Indian side. The government has immense faith in us. They have reposed faith and trust in us with these few words, and again expressing my very heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you, and wishing you all the very best and very productive business from here on. Thank you.
So it's a very interesting conclave here in India. It's therefore in India a very important event, but also a very important event for the world as a whole.
Today's ISA conclave is very good. We have been experiencing a great amount of informations and dissemination of knowledge from all across the participants.
ISA should be a face for the steel industry.
This has been a very well organized ISA conclave on Indian steel industry.
Strongly believe is these conferences are very important for ideation.
Coming to ISA has been a very good experience, primarily for a technology company like ours and the solutions that we have typically for the steel sector.
This is the second edition of the ISA Steel Conclave, and the last edition we had I think about 200 or 250 odd people. But today I was really surprised to see the total number of people in this conclave, and it shows how important this conference is for the steel industry.
And I think this year it has exceeded expectations. You had very good inspirational messages from the hard hitters of the industry.
First of all, I would like to thank Conclave for this kind invitation and opportunity to present Far East of Russia to the Indian business.
I would like to thank India Steel Association for bringing this event forward. It is an excellent opportunity for steel suppliers, steel consumers and technology companies.
Yeah, this has been an amazing 2 days of conclave. A lot of subjects have been discussed, but my personal favorite has been the discussion on environment and sustainability. I guess the understanding on the issues related to climate change are now fast becoming known to people in the industry, the steel sector in particular. I hope the people who were listening to it, the audience also, enjoyed it and learned a lot from there. Thank you.